So you have a hold on a lot of people. They would never outright tell you this, but mentally, you've got people stuck on you. You've got people rethinking their whole life, their whole existence, rethinking all of their desires, and you unknowingly play a third party role in a lot of people's lives. The third party that triggers them, the third party that reveals something about them, and if this is a relationship, you are unknowingly playing the third party role, even though you're not actively in that connection. So, regardless of what gender you are, it's like you cause your opposite gender to unknowingly like daydream and long for you because they see you as the embodiment of someone who's a true manifester. How you look, the way you speak, the way you move, how you live your life highlights the fact that you're somebody that knows what you're doing. People see you as a person that has all the tools, has all the knowledge, has all the wisdom. And over the years, you may have given these tools, knowledge, and wisdom to other people using your words. Maybe you have a platform, but they definitely see you as somebody that is action oriented. The Queen of Wands tends to be somebody who takes firm affirmative action. This is someone who has a lot of confidence within themselves. This is someone who does not care what society is doing. They move at the beat of their own drum. And your eye contact is very piercing to the point where sometimes it unknowingly gives people soul ties. So if you wonder why do people stare at you, why do they feel like they're stuck on you energetically, you make people feel overwhelmed without even doing anything. If this is a connection, for example, and this relationship has been pretty dull and mundane for some time, let's say one of those people in that connection is not having their desires met, they pray to God or the universe for some sort of change. And so God brings in one of their strongest soldiers, which is you. And you unknowingly connect some sort of soul tie to the person that's drawn to you. So people have a tendency of daydreaming about you, daydreaming about your energy. Like, you're so lucrative and alluring that people cannot help themselves. Like, they don't, especially someone that doesn't understand energy and frequency and the connection to God, they don't understand why your energy is like a drug. Every time they think about you, they feel better about themselves. And you reveal a lot of things about people that they don't want to see. So your role in people's lives tends to be like a catalyst or someone who awakens people or a person that reveals things that they don't want to acknowledge. And people also, once they see you for, let's say one time, they run into you one time, they pray to have a reunion with you. They pray to feel that energy again. And you are unknowingly brought into other people's lives to see like whether they can fix the connections that they're already in, or if they're so heavily drawn to you to the point where they're willing to leave their relationship, then that just highlights the fact that that connection was already done for. You definitely highlight a lack of self-confidence in people because they see you as somebody who's confident, and it kind of reflects that back to them. Also, people have a tendency of blaming you for stuff. Oh, my partner's acting weird. It's because of the viewer. The viewer did this. Without even having any evidence, you're automatically blamed, scapegoated for situations, when really you're there to highlight certain things that people need to acknowledge about themselves and maybe change. You have a tendency of making people feel like they're not good enough. And it's just an illusion. They feel like they're not good enough because they're not living in their power like you are. You take every opportunity that's available to you and you hone in on that. You also take a lot of risks. Especially as somebody who's as confident as you, it's like, you know, regardless of what you do, the universe, God is going to have your back. So you're not as contained as most people are. You take a risk, calculated risk, knowing that it's going to bring you success. And if it doesn't, it's going to teach you a lesson that will ultimately work in your favor at the end. Some people don't understand those concepts. And people also have a tendency of dwelling on the past, not being able to move on from the past, stuck in past limited mindsets. Then they run into you, it changes their whole perspective. And also, you get brought into people's lives to heal their abandonment wounds, especially someone as attractive as you. Let's say one of the couples is attracted to you, and the other partner is going to end up feeling abandonment wounds because they're going to be triggered by your energy, even though their partner may not even be cheating or lying or being deceptive. Something about you makes them feel unstable. And it's so they can heal their abandonment wounds. So you're a temptation to a lot of people. You're also very, very powerful. You can draw a crowd without even really trying. And people almost run into you. It's like luck. It's lucky that someone can have access to you and your light, because you have a very transformative effect into other people's lives. And a lot of people tend to shy away from their desires. They like gaslight themselves about what it is that they really want. They stay in mundane situations, and you get brought into it to show, hey, this is truly what you desire at the end of the day. And you need to be honest with yourself. You need to be honest with everyone involved. And you're basically brought in as like the divine's guide to help other people. Sometimes you do get entangled into certain situations. I'm not gonna lie. This could be messy, sticky situations, but if you stay detached and look at it from a higher perspective, you will be able to avoid sticky dynamics. But you're very practical in how you live your life. And people that are not, people that are disconnected within themselves, people that have disharmony in their households, have disharmony within themselves, you come in and you trigger all of that. You force them to reflect, and you force them to handle things head on, because they were able to avoid it for years even. They were able to avoid this inner work for a long time. They were able to avoid the fact that they may be dissatisfied in their relationship for a long time, until someone like you comes in and shakes the whole ground up. This is why people don't like you at certain moments. It's the fact that you're very triggering. You don't even try to be. It's the essence, it's the energy, it's the fact that you're so very balanced. So anyone that's imbalanced is going to see that dichotomy. They're going to see the difference. They're going to feel the difference. They're going to be drawn to you. And then as soon as they learn the lesson, it's like the soul tie breaks. You don't have to be connected to someone in a romantic way for a soul tie to form. Sometimes you're brought into other people's lives intentionally, because your energy signature is supposed to trigger something that's going to help change them. And yes, they're going to continue to daydream. Yes, they're going to long for you. Yes, they're going to want to reunite with you, because there's no one else that's like you. There's no one else that has this high priest, high priestess type of energy. They can't help themselves. It was designed for it to be this way. It was designed for you to be alluring. It was designed for you to be extremely attractive. But you guys have already learned that lesson about, staying in your lane and kind of staying out of things that don't evolve you. Even when you get dragged into things indirectly, you still reveal stuff, not just to yourself, but to other people.